that you know what you're going to get from him every day. And he's been having a really good camp so far.
He was a captain on his last campus. It's hard to step on another one and be like, I'm that guy. But is he asserting himself with that kind of demeanor yet, or is he kind of holding back, you see?
I think his example is kind of speaking for itself. I think the guys on the team have grown to respect him. He just does things the right way, and there's no reason why you don't like him. You know, he loves football. He's tough. He's prepared. He competes. He makes plays. He's selfless. You know, he blocks. I mean, he plays special teams. He's a great team. He's an ultimate team player, and he's a good player. And I think he's really establishing the respect of his teammates.
From an on-field perspective, what has stood out about Kyron Hudson that maybe you didn't anticipate coming in? Like, how has he kind of exceeded your expectations?
I think he's another one. He's just kind of like the cool uncle. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody like goes to for advice and wants to be around, and he does a really good job of not just living the standard but setting the standard. And every day he shows up very, very similar to Trevor, very similar to Liam. Like those three guys, like constantly day in and day out, and Devontae as well. Like just set the example day in and day out. And as a coach, like you really appreciate that. And again, I think their example each day and everything that they do is really earning the respect of their teammates, and it's really cool to see.
How can Kyron kind of change the offense this year? Like what dimension can he add?
I think he's just got to make plays when his number's called, and I think he will. I don't think there's any pressure on him to change anything. I think the pressure on him is just to perform and be the best version of himself. And I believe when those guys continue to do that and play for each other and stay connected, I think we'll be fine. So I don't think there's any necessary pressure on him to change anything. I think the pressure is just for him to live up to the expectations of who we know he can be, and I think we'll be fine.
2-minute drill, Beaver Stadium, Kyron Hudson. Does that anything stand out about that to you?
He did exactly like I taught him.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Just being in the moment and making the play, and I think that's kind of like what I'm just saying. Like he doesn't have to be anything other than what we know he's been since he's been here, and I think he continues to show that day in and day out. And when his number's called, make the play. If he does that, he'll have a successful season, and so will we. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for all the guys in the room. The guys are really working hard. They're connected. It's been a competitive camp so far. And it's been good. It's been fun to watch. It's been fun to coach, actually. So I'm excited for those guys.
What makes this group fun, or what makes this camp fun?
It's just I love to compete. Like when these guys compete every day and they show up, they compete. They want to beat each other, but they also want to support each other, and that's hard to find in this day and time. And so they want to be the ones to make the plays, but they're also the first ones to celebrate for each other when someone else makes the plays. So that makes it fun, and that to me is the ultimate room of a culture, and that's what we're continuing to build, and that's what makes it exciting and fun.
James said last week that Josiah is playing lightning fast was the phrase he used. How is he taking the step here for his career in League Two?
Well, you gotta realize too, like last year he didn't really play as much because he came from high school injured. So now he's just really getting in the fold of like playing receiver for almost a full year now. And I think that he's getting settled at the position. He's always been fast and explosive, and I think now he's starting to really settle in on just playing the position. So he's had a good camp so far. He's playing fast, he's competing, he's making plays, and he's physical as hell in the run game. So I think that's another added dimension to his game and to our room. And I think he's got off to a good start so far this camp.
Marques, I asked Kyron about Kobe Howard, and he told me that the things that he's able to do, both in confidence and what he can do on the field, aren't really normal for a true freshman. Would you agree with that? And what have your impressions been of Kobe this fall camp as far as how he's been able to improve?
I think when the season's over, I'll have a better answer for you. But so far he showed up, he works hard. Kobe loves football. He's like that category I talk about, guys, if you roll the football out in the parking lot and play tackle, he'll play. He just loves to play, and he loves to compete, and I think that's been a good addition to our room. I think he soaks up all the knowledge that the older players give him. He follows their example, he pushes them, and he doesn't take the back seat to anybody. And in some of the biggest moments in camp so far, he's risen to the occasion and made plays, and now we just got to carry that throughout the season. So we got a lot of time left in camp for things to continue to grow and develop and see what shakes out. But so far he's got off to a good start in camp, and hopefully that continues for him for 25 and till his last day that he plays here.
He's got kind of an interesting recruiting story, having a pretty massive injury early on in high school, and you guys kind of stayed on him all the way through that, and later commitment. Can you just take me through how your scouting of him and the process in high school and how you guys got him here?
I just got a chance to watch him a few times, especially in the spring down in Florida where they play football in the spring. And it was just a practice where he just went play after play after play. And The coach called 10 passes in a row, told the whole defense the ball was going to him, and he just kept getting open over and over. And Chaminade is a really good school down in Florida, so he's going, after DB after DB after DB, and he keeps winning. And they get down to the 2, and on the last play they throw him a fade, and he scores the win of practice. And I'm like, shit, that's it right there. Like, he gonna be something. So luckily we were able to get him, and I think it's starting to show. Like, people see, like, that dude loves football, and you can coach him hard, you can push him, and he's competitive, but he's also a really good teammate. So as much as he's getting credit for the plays that he's making, he's also a really good teammate. Like, he's supportive, he's encouraging, he's demanding, but he's a good player. So I don't want to speak too fast before he has made one play in college football that counts, but I'm excited for him.
What's your early feedback on Jeff? You didn't get that spring with him, but Exeter showing up in the summer, putting in some work now in camp.
He's smart. He's one of the smartest players I've ever been around. So he's able to pick up things really fast. He's just a little bit behind the football table based upon the guys that got here in December and then the guys that got here in January. So he's picking up quickly, but you can kind of tell, like, that window of time that he's missed from getting here later in the summer kind of shows up at different times. But once his clock evens up to everybody else, he's going to be a really good football player too. And again, just really impressed by how smart he is. He's tough, he's physical, and I'm really glad we got him.
Are there 1 or 2 plays from your group that stand out this preseason in live settings?
Yeah, like, just it sounds funny, but not necessarily the plays that we've made, and we've really made some good plays this camp. But the backside cutoff of run plays where the guys are showing up when guys are scoring touchdowns, and then the guys are coming off the sideline to celebrate that. Like, plays like that have really stuck out this camp. Like, the guys have made some really big plays in the passing game. I don't want to take that away from them. But to me personally, if you ask me, like, the culture speaks volume when guys are flying 80 yards across the field to be the first one to cut off the last defender so we can score a touchdown, and then the whole sideline goes crazy and is excited. Like, that to me is the things that have stood out in camp, along with the plays that we've been able to make. So we go against a really good group of defensive backs, and they make us better every day. And so it's been a lot of battles, some ups and downs, but I think each day both sides of the ball are getting better. So we just continue to keep growing and keep fighting, but I'm excited and I'm encouraged by the way the guys have been working so far.
Is that why you're having so much fun? You said you're having fun during this camp. Is that one of the reasons why?
Hell yeah, I am. I'm having a ball. So the guys are playing hard, they're playing for each other, they're staying connected, and that to me is fun. I'm enjoying it. So, and we get to compete against a really good group every day, so I love competing, so that's what's making it fun.
You have a lot of the 22 guys saying they wanted to come back because they wanted one more shot after last season. When that's the culture, they said, Zane said no one really talked to each other. They all just decided to come back, and that speaks volumes to who these players are. Is that part of this culture you're talking about, of this team really rallying together here in the middle of August?
I think these guys, whether they speak it or not, internally they mean a lot to each other, and I think they want to finish what they started, and I think that it's a great opportunity for us to have an amazing year. I feel like a lot of programs probably feel the same way, but I'm sure these guys, man, they're a special group of guys. As you look across our team, from D-tackle to linebacker to receiver to quarterback to running back, like, every position consists of special guys that have stayed connected throughout the years and have decided to come back and give it one more run. So I think we just got a great team, great leadership, an amazing staff, and we just got to take it one day at a time. But I do think it speaks volumes to the culture of how close these guys really are to come back and say, let's give it one more shot.
More guys. I think when a lot of people think of Kyron, they think of jump balls and his ability to make those kinds of plays. What makes any receiver so good specifically at that one area? Because a lot of times you'll hear guys say maybe it's a 50-50 ball, but the really good ones are saying no, it's like maybe a 70-30.
We say 90-10.
Yeah.
So 90-10, and the 10% is reserved for the ones that we don't touch. So if the ball is thrown out of bounds or hits the ground, that's the 10%. But balls in the air belong to us, that's 90%. So I think the guys that can exhibit that they have arrogant hands where they can catch the ball away from their body, because that's a lot of times the difference between converting on 3rd and 7 or having to punt, is those tight contested windows when you play tight man coverage or tight zones, but then the ability for quarterbacks to be able to throw it up and say, go make me right. Those guys, they have an opportunity to really, like, move your team forward and win big games, and I think that's what we're working to become on a consistent basis, and he has the ability to do that along with all the guys in our room. So I'm excited for that. So I would say arrogant hands is what separates guys.
Arrogant hands, I have not heard that phrase. Is that something you used often, and do you feel like you have quite a few of those pairs of hands on this roster right now?
There's 2 right here. I think the guys are working to prove that still has to be proven. But I think there's guys in the room that take pride in that have arrogant hands. And I think, I believe it'll show this year. So I'm excited. I'm encouraged that we have those guys that have those attributes. And I think when given the opportunity, I think they'll prove it. So, yeah, I do. And I stand on the table for it. So, yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Marques.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.